Having taught over thousands of students over the years, these are the 3 biggest practice mistakes I find people make that avoids you fast tracking your progress and getting the most out of your practice time. Number 1 is just not being consistent with your practice time. Now, I get that everyone's busy and everyone has a lot going on, but on those days that you're busy, if you can still squeeze in 10 to 15 minutes of practice, which may not seem like a lot to you, it still keeps what you're working on fresh in your mind and you're able to progress with it each day. Trying to spread out your practice time over the week so that you're hitting 5-6 days of practice is always going to do much better for you than trying to cram in a lot of practice time in 2 days. When you miss multiple days, you basically have to relearn what you were working on when you come back to it. A practice routine that I often recommend to my students is trying to spread out your practicing across as many days as possible. So let's say try to practice 6 days a week, and within those 6 days you're going to have 3 long days and 3 short days. So the days that you do have more time through the week, you can try to get in a longer practice session, whether that's an hour or 90 minutes or whatever you're typically used to. And then the other 3 days you're going to practice a short amount of time, 10, 15, 20 minutes, just to get your fingers working on the fretboard, remembering what you're working on. And it may not seem like a lot of time, but that really still keeps you progressing with what you're working on. Number 2 is one that I'm really big on that a lot of people don't do. And that's when you're practicing a certain piece of music, try to actually play along with the music. Now, if it is too fast, that's perfectly fine. You can slow down the piece, whether it's on YouTube or an app that slows down the music. But trying to keep up with the music and play in time and at rhythm, having that additional pressure is really going to fast track your progress and really get you results a lot quicker. When you practice a piece of music by yourself without the actual music, it's really easy to just play it at your own tempo or your own rhythm and not notice little discrepancies between how you're playing it and how it actually goes. I find with my students, the ones who consistently practice with the music week to week, make much bigger progress in a short period of time. And last but definitely not least, number 3 is trying to play things too fast too soon. Take your time, start slow, really slow, painfully slow, and then slowly speed up the tempo from there. I'm always telling students that first you want to focus on the technique, make sure you're playing the notes correctly. Then you want to focus on the rhythm, trying to get it into the consistent flow of the piece, and then you gradually speed up the tempo from there. It's really easy if you're trying things too quickly, too soon, that you start memorizing things differently than they go, your technique is off, the rhythm is off, so always focus on speed last. Whenever I'm working on learning a song for myself or a cover for YouTube, one thing I'm always doing is slowing down the piece on YouTube, so I just slow it down in the playback speed options, and start around 70%, 75%, try to lock in with the tempo, lock in with the rhythm, and be able to play with it, and then slowly, gradually speed up the piece from there, going to 80, 85, 90% until I reach 100%. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future lesson content. And as always, guys, keep up the practice.